move as £320 midfield overhaul takes shape. Manchester United opted not to pursue a low-cost January signing, choosing instead to fully commit to a major summer rebuild, with 4 elite midfield targets now on their radar at a combined value of £320. The Red Devils passed on the chance to sign Wilfred Ndidi during the winter window, despite the midfielder being open to the move. Rather than dipping into the market mid-season, United decided to conserve resources and focus on a sweeping midfield refresh later this year. Big changes are expected in United's engine room. Casemiro is set to leave Old Trafford after a turbulent 4-year spell, a departure that will significantly ease the wage bill by removing his £325,000 per week salary. At the same time, Academy graduate Kobbie Mainoo has been reintegrated into first-team plans following a brief period on the fringes under Ruben Amorim. However, questions remain over the long-term future of Manuel Ugarte, who has yet to consistently deliver his best form since arriving. Because of that uncertainty, United's recruitment team has been working behind the scenes. Back in November, transfer correspondent Fraser Fletcher reported that the club intends to sign at least 1 and potentially up to 3 new midfielders in 2026. Several names were discussed during the January window, including Ruben Neves, Tyler Adams, and Ndidi, with talks involving Director of Football Jason Wilcox and Head of Negotiations Matt Hargreaves. Now, Fabrizio Romano has confirmed that United deliberately walked away from the Ndidi opportunity. Speaking on the Here We Go podcast, Romano explained, "Wilfred Ndidi, formerly of Leicester and now at Besiktas, was offered to Manchester United. It was a low-cost deal and the player was very keen, but United decided straight away not to move forward. They could have done it cheaply, but they chose against it." With their focus firmly on summer business, United have shortlisted 4 high-profile midfielders whose combined valuation reaches a staggering £320. Co-owner Sir Jim Ratcliffe is keen to lower the squad's average age, and Fletcher previously revealed that Adam Wharton, Elliot Anderson, and Carlos Balba are among the priority targets. January moves for the trio were never realistic, but United plan to push hard this summer. However, there has been a setback. Anderson is now believed to favor a switch to rivals Manchester City, who have already made contact with the Nottingham Forest midfielders' representatives. Missing out on the 90M rated player would be a blow. Still, United have alternatives. On January 26, Fletcher reported that the club had intensified talks for Wharton, having already reached out to his agent. The Crystal Palace star, who turns 22 this week, is expected to cost around £80. Balba could be even more expensive. Brighton and Hove Albion are now more open to selling, though a deal would still likely come in close to £90 after previously demanding £100. Another name on United's shortlist is Alex Scott of Bournemouth. Reporter Graham Bailey revealed in January that United admire the 22-year-old, though the Cherries are eager to secure him on a new contract. Spanish reports later confirmed Scott, valued at £60M, is firmly on United's summer agenda, pushing the total value of the 4-man shortlist to around £320, €369/436. Man ut I major summer spend as Champions League boost looms. United are not expected to sign all 4 midfielders, but their intent is clear. Qualification for the Champions League could unlock a £200M transfer fund, significantly boosting their ability to reshape the squad. Elsewhere, United have also been advised to target a blockbuster summer move for a Tottenham Hotspur star, a deal that could cost close to £100 in addition. The club is being tipped to pursue a cut-price Premier League striker, though concerns over the player's injury situation could yet complicate that plan. Man ut encouraged to chase world-class Tottenham ace as £100 valuation emerges. Manchester United have been urged to pursue a defender of Mickey van de Ven's caliber, with club legend Peter Schmeichel insisting the Dutchman would significantly raise the level of United's starting XI. TEAM Talk understands the Red Devils are among several clubs monitoring the Tottenham centre-back. Van de Ven made his name at VfL Wolfsburg before joining Tottenham Hotspur for £43 in August 2023. Since then, the 24-year-old has featured 81 times for Spurs, contributing 10 goals and 3 assists from defense. Alongside Christian Romero, Van de Ven has established himself as one of Tottenham's standout performers. Remarkably, both centre-backs have also become major attacking threats. Van de Ven is officially the fastest player ever recorded in the Premier League and produced a stunning solo goal against Copenhagen earlier this season. Speaking on Viaplay, Schmeichel praised the Dutch international and questioned why elite clubs such as United had not moved earlier for a player of his profile. "I think he's been a revelation," Schmeichel said via Danish outlet Tipsbladet. "He's a fantastic footballer with an excellent understanding of the game. His pace is invaluable if you want to play attacking football. I sometimes wonder why a club like Manchester United or even Liverpool didn't identify someone like him sooner." Sources confirmed on January 22 that both Liverpool and United would be interested in Van de Ven if he becomes unsettled in North London. Spurs have opened talks over a new contract, but their current position, sitting 14th in the Premier League, could make negotiations difficult. Tottenham are understood to have placed a hefty £100 M, €116 M/137 M price tag on the Netherlands international. Losing Van de Ven would be a devastating blow for Spurs supporters. His recovery speed has bailaid the team out repeatedly, and former defender Michael Dawson, along with Give Me Sport, have described him as world-class. A move to a direct rival such as United or Liverpool would only intensify the frustration among the fanbase. Speculation is also growing around Romero's future. The Argentine centre-back has once again criticized the club's hierarchy publicly, fueling talk that he could leave the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium this summer. United plan big moves as Spurs face defensive uncertainty. Elsewhere, reports claim United are plotting a triple swoop for English talent worth a combined £172 M. Nottingham Forest midfielder Elliot Anderson remains a major target, though he is not the only Forest player on United's radar. Meanwhile, Spurs are preparing talks with another defender in a bid to block interest from Bayern Munich. At the same time, Tottenham are tracking a Bayern player expected to leave this summer, though German reports suggest there is a strong chance Arsenal could win the race simply by making a formal offer. Both Arsenal and Tottenham were active in the central midfield market in January. Arsenal only accelerated their search late in the window after Mikel Merino suffered a foot injury requiring surgery, though no deal was completed. Spurs, however, secured Conor Gallagher in the 5th most expensive transfer of the winter window. According to Bild journalist Christian Falk, Thomas Frank's side also explored a move for Leon Goretzka and held preliminary discussions. Goretzka, now 30, is entering the final months of his contract at Bayern and is set to leave at the end of the season. Atletico Madrid considered a January approach, while Falk claimed Tottenham were keen and Arsenal showed serious interest. In the end, Goretzka chose to remain in Munich for the remainder of the campaign. However, Falk believes his next destination could be North London, stating there is a strong chance he joins Arsenal if they submit an offer. With the midfielder now free to agree a pre-contract, Florian Plettenberg reported via Sky Germany that Goretzka wants his future resolved quickly. Writing on X, Plettenberg said the player hopes to secure a move before the World Cup in North America begins, allowing him to focus fully on the tournament. To compound Tottenham's concerns, Romero is also attracting strong interest from Spanish giants Barcelona and Atletico Madrid, with sources telling TEAM Talk that the defender is open to leaving in the summer. They don't trust him, Paul Merson claims. Arsenal players avoid passing to Gyökeres. Paul Merson believes Arsenal players are reluctant to pass the ball to Victor Gyökeres, suggesting the striker has yet to fully earn the confidence of his teammates 6 months after arriving from Sporting CP. Securing a natural No. 9 was Arsenal's top priority last summer, and Gyökeres was identified as the ideal signing to spearhead Mikel Arteta's title push. However, the 27-year-old's first-half season in North London has been inconsistent, with performances fluctuating under the weight of expectations that followed his £64 M transfer. Although Gyökeres is currently Arsenal's leading Premier League scorer with 6 goals, only 4 of those have come from open play. That return has prompted growing calls for him to be taken out of the spotlight, particularly following the winter returns of Gabriel Jesus and Kai Havertz from long-term injuries. To his credit, the Sweden international has responded positively to the increased competition, scoring 4 goals in his last 7 appearances across all competitions. His partnership with Havertz showed promise in Arsenal's most recent league match, as the German played just behind Gyökeres during an emphatic 4-0 win over Leeds at Elland Road. Despite that upturn, Merson remains unconvinced and suggests Gyökeres' own teammates may share similar doubts. "Watch Gyökeres closely," Merson said on the overlap. "Arsenal don't trust him, the players don't pass to him, they just don't. When he drops short, they look elsewhere." The former Arsenal, Aston Villa and England midfielder claimed the contrast is obvious when Jesus is on the pitch. "When Jesus plays, they give him the ball all the time, it's completely different," Merson added. "Gyökeres accepts it, but if you watch closely you'll be surprised how often he's ignored." Gyökeres struggled to make an impact during his 69 minutes in Arsenal's Carabao Cup semi-final second leg against Chelsea. Havertz replaced him with 20 minutes to go and sealed the tie with a stoppage-time goal in front of a jubilant Emirates Stadium crowd. However, Arteta has publicly backed the striker, insisting he is pleased with Gyökeres' recent form and growing consistency. "Yes, in his overall play and performances," Arteta told reporters ahead of the semi-final, "he's been far more consistent in his actions and especially in his repeat actions. From a defensive point of view, he's been excellent from the start. Offensively, his movement, timing of runs, and presence around the ball have improved a lot. He's definitely been more productive in front of goal, which helps us win games." The Arsenal boss also brushed aside criticism that many of Gyökeres' goals have come from close range. "Goals are goals," Arteta added. "Of course, we all like the spectacular ones you see on YouTube, but every goal matters. The ones we've scored recently are just as important."